Good morning. Happy Magical Monday, everybody. Particularly those of you who are joining the replay. I logged in 2 minutes early, so hang with me for 2 minutes as we wait for others to join us. And while we're waiting, as you're watching the replay, I just invite you to begin to breathe a little deeper into your body. And I'm seeing people start to log in. Welcome. Say hi in the comments. As always, let me know who's here. Hello, Arnell. Good morning, Sebastian. As we're waiting, guys, let's just begin to breathe a little deeper into our bodies and let our bodies relax and fully land here. No worries, Sebastian. Hello, James. Good morning, Tim. I love it. James is the newbie this month, and he's jumping right in with this 2-word check-in. Go ahead and start to add your 2 words as we're waiting for everybody. Good morning, Margaret. I'm going to wait till, excuse me, 7:01, then I'll take my eyes off the comments. So for now, we're just breathing deep into our body, bringing our full awareness to the moment, a little deeper, fully land here. Check in with yourself, find your 2 words, and pop them in. All right, I'm just going to take my eyes off. So if you've joined us, say hello and pop your 2 words in, and then I'll come back later and check the 2 words and just kind of see the pulse of where everybody started their morning or their time with us together. All right, I'm going to take my eyes off the comments right now. And welcome, everybody. So I want to share a lot in a short amount of time. But I want you to, before I share anything, I want you to think about what happened in your life yesterday, what occurrences took place yesterday that are bleeding over into today that are kind of occupying your thoughts and your attention and may need some focus. There doesn't have to be, but if there is, I'm just wanting you to identify it and kind of connect the dots, how it is applicable to what I'm going to share with you today. So as you've been working with me, I've been reminding you that the elders told us in 2023, as we move through 2023 and through 2024, we're moving into a cosmic cycle with smaller windows of very specific energetic activity designed to support the human experience in our individual lives in real time with whatever circumstances are unfolding in our personal lives, and as a collective to move us to stronger alignment with the bandwidth of the frequencies that are driving the ascension process to get us out of the agreed ways of being as humans on the planet for a really long time that have landed us in a place where we're going to start to witness them dismantling so we can rebuild a new way. One of those pockets is a 24-hour period today. I think it's the first one they've pointed out since they've been working with me. So if there's something from yesterday that's applicable to you today, play with it in a way that relates to what I'm sharing. If nothing was from yesterday that's applicable to today, and when I mean applicable today, if it's early in California, and many of you are in California or you're in states not too far away. So many of us are just beginning our day. Those of you across the pond, you've already had a good chunk of your day unfold. whatever's happening in your life today that's requiring focus and attention, take this information and play the game I'm going to suggest. Here's what the energy is doing today. It is opening up an opportunity for us to become much more conscious of what we talked about on the energy update 2 days ago on Saturday about transmitting and receiving, or giving and receiving. In our relationships, we can get so in autopilot, on autopilot, and go unconscious and really miss what's being presented as an opportunity right in front of us, right here, right now. So today I'm going to encourage all of us, play a game. It's a game we've been playing, but we're going to even make it more laser focused. The game is, I got my Indiana Jones hat on. That is my reminder. I am on an adventure. My life is in an adventure. I am looking for clues for the treasure that I've got in my mind is available to me. The treasure today that we're looking for, the clues, is something in my awareness wants to expand by me paying attention to giving and receiving. In physical form, in human form, that very much is just the exchange. It could be exchange of information in a conversation. It could be an exchange at the grocery store, giving the money to the clerk to get the groceries that you're purchasing. But there's a conversation, a giving and receiving. That's a great example of how we can be on autopilot. I'm not thinking so much about the person taking my money. I'm just thinking about the transaction to get the task done to get my food. But there's an exchange going on with a real life human, right? So pay attention today. Let me back up. The purpose of this level of awareness is to help us expand our awareness of ourself. That was the theme of all of June, and we were told it's going to continue into July. So it's like that Google Map analogy I've been using. My house is me. I can put the Google Map on my house and I just see my house. I can pull it up a little higher. I can see my house in my yard. And we can go on total autopilot with me in my yard. And then we can go a little higher and it's me in my yard and my street. And go higher, it's me in my yard and my street and my neighborhood. Go farther, all the way out to my city and beyond, right? So there's a need in this process of ascension for us to become more aware of relationships off of autopilot. So the game we can play today is with our Indiana Jones hat on. What's transpiring here that I could be more aware of and perhaps receive value from or offer value in this exchange? And the value is a broader understanding of what? Of myself or the person in the moment. A tool that many of you have heard me use with you in our coaching for years, especially in intimate relationships where we sometimes find ourselves in resistance or an impasse because we're on autopilot and we often want to be right, or we think we know so much about us and this relationship, we don't give it any wiggle room to evolve. I think I know you so well, I know what you're saying, when maybe I really don't. So what you've heard me say often is seek understanding. With the Indiana Jones hat on, looking for clues, posture, what could I understand about what this person is saying to me a little deeper than what I think I'm understanding in this moment? What else are they saying? What are they feeling? Why are they expressing it to me? What in this moment wants to support me in understanding myself a little bit better? It's a 1 day window, and they're pointing it out. So this is rather important in the bigger game of ascension that we're playing. It could be super fun. So again, I wanted to just ask you now, so what's on your agenda today? Who is already scheduled for you to interact with? You've called those people, places, and things into this very cosmic window that we're having insider information pointing out to us. So there's one clue. Oh, these people are part of the game for today. I'm going to really pay attention. What might I be transmitting that I might not want to be transmitting? What do I intentionally want to transmit or offer to this person now that I know what's transpiring today, that I could become much more conscious of, much more intentional in my interaction? What would that change in my life? What would that change in their life? What would that change in our relationship? And how will that ripple out beyond the two of us to the next people that we're interacting with from this level of intention today? What's that going to show up? How's that going to show up in my life? What gift is here for me? Because these little cosmic pockets, these windows of opportunity that are being pointed out, are gifts to support our ascension process, to support you locking and loading to the new radio station where there's much more information being delivered and transmitted to you all day, every day, to support these real-time human flesh interactions. That's one thing. I got a couple minutes more. The other thing that the elders in the written message, I clipped this portion and put it in quotes, and I put it on the page as a reminder. And I just pulled a sentence that really stuck out to me, and in meditation this morning, I really feel they want us to pay attention to this. Amidst the fear and uncertainty that grips the world, your innate and intuitive knowing will reveal itself in profound ways, offering tangible paths to action. I'm going to say that again from the elders in the bigger context of the whole letter. But this piece for today, in conjunction with what I just shared, amidst the fear and uncertainty that grips the world, your innate, built-in divine, intuitive knowing will reveal itself in profound ways, offering tangible paths to action. So often when I'm working with people in one-on-one, we'll get to a place and I'll ask a question and they default and they say, I don't know. To which you've heard me reply to you many times. I'm looking at you, saying your name. Yes, you do. I'm not going to let you default to that. You do know. You just got to let it come forward. In this little pocket, you guys, 2 days after we received the full message from the elders as we're moving through July, your innate wisdom and intuitive knowing is really your natural way of being in non-physical. In physical, we think that intuition or inner guidance has to show up in such a profound way, like a frickin' burning bush. And if it's anything less, and it's not outside of me, to make it obvious, we don't trust or we're not connected or aware of what's happening naturally. So with your Indiana Jones hat on today, looking for clues, what if You just paid attention from this perspective. My natural way of being is to know. Know what? What to do, what to say, where to go, and when to do all that. When I learned that reality and I learned that accurate information and I then decided to believe it, because nothing is true unless we believe it and then create our life as if it's true, everything changed for me. I just operate completely trusting my knowing 24/7. I do not doubt it. I do not question, and I do not expect not to know what to do, what to say, or where to go. So when you feel, and how do you know that? It's an impulse. It just shows up as an impulse that you just follow, and it provides positive outcomes. And if it's a negative outcome, there's an invaluable lesson. So I don't question. It doesn't have to turn out the way I think it's going to, because however it turns out, it's going to be part of my evolution, my growth. So I just trust my natural way of being in any given moment, and it has changed everything. So what if you trusted that a little bit more today and just followed the impulse? I call it follow the trickle. It feels like go here. It feels like say this. It feels like do this. It feels like call them. It feels like eat this. It feels like. What happens if you just follow it, trusting that that's just your natural way of being moved to a stronger bandwidth, and you stop questioning it and you just start living in ease and flow? That's my invitation to you today. How could you play with those two things today? Play the game, collect the clues, and at the end of the day, just see what it produces for you. And then just bask in the gratitude of all the joy that shows up from living your life that way. Just for today. See what happens. I'm also going to encourage you one more time, print out that letter, and for this month, just play the game of reading it every day with the intention of what else is there for me to glean. What can I receive from a different perspective? I'll just keep pulling the map up a little higher on the message for 30 days. How far out do I get, and what more do I see? Because there's stuff being transmitted far beyond just the words you're reading every time you're reading the words. All right, beautiful soul, that's where I'm going to leave you for today. I love you tons. Rock your week, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.